Welcome back to Fortune Cookies, and we are still on staycation week. Those of you that follow my channel know that I am a tremendous fan of what we do in the shadows. Gregopedia and I both are. So I figured after the last episode, actually today's Monday. Today's Monday. Tomorrow's new. I think a new episode. The last episode, Harvey Guillermo had a great moment. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you haven't watched the episode, don't watch this video. Go away, run to the light. Don't even look at it. Just run to the light, Carol Ann, because I will likely do a spoiler alert on here. So if you haven't seen it, click off now, come back later. The rest of you, please like, share, and subscribe. If it's your first time here, welcome to the club. We have a lot of fun here. And if you're a repeat offender, thanks so much for being here and supporting my channel. We have a lot of fun here too. So please comment down below. Give me your favorite Guillermo moments. I know for me, one of my favorite moments is when he goes with the Mosquito Squad with Craig Robinson, another one of my favorite actors. They disturb a vampire nest. I think that was in season 2. So rewatching with my daughter. So it's delightful. Super, super fun. But we're going to read for Harvey Guillen today. So this is actually going to be a reading for the actor and not the character of Guillermo. So he is, in my opinion, after the last episode, those of you that haven't watched it, his character came out on the episode to his family, but they had to have their memories wiped after. So, but they were all very, very, I'm probably going to cry. It was very supportive and it was very wonderful. It was really a very sweet episode and a very good moment for him. So he's kind of having that Joseph Quinn moment from what's going on in the series. So, he is the darling of the LGBTQ plus community. He really is a shining star for them right now, and a shining star for the rest of us too, because he's a fantastic actor. So so let's do this. Let's do a little reading for him and see what the next few months are going to hold for him. We'll look at some professional stuff. We'll look at some personal stuff. We'll see, just basically how things are going. And if he got to keep the Versace shirt that he was wearing in the episode. Again, spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched the episode, I'm sorry. I've already spoiled it for you, so you may as well stick around. So, Harvey Guillen. Let's just get a general read on him right now. And I will be honest, I didn't do any research on his personal life or even, this is the first show that I've seen him on. So I don't know what else he has been in, what else he's done. I don't know if he came from child acting, commercials. I don't know if he was a stage actor. I know nothing. So, as always, super, super professional here. We all do the heavy lifting on this. So we're going to move up. And like I said, I'm just getting used to this blocking here. I got my salt lamp kicking. So looks like this is some unexpected attention. He knows that his career is moving forward, but it's almost like he needs to kind of catch his breath. And it's not that it's happening so fast. It's that the evidence of the success is happening in close proximity to him. So he is now at the point where people are coming up to him on the street more. And it's almost like a little bit claustrophobic. He's a little disconcerted about that. Prior to this, he still had this luxury of privacy and being able to kind of do his own thing under the radar. Now that's a bit more challenging the um, with the level of exposure that he just had from the last episode. Albeit this is good exposure. It's not like, he doesn't have people running up to him and they're being mean to him. They're running up and they're very excited, but it's I that fandom that's coming to him that is a little bit intense. So one of the things that I find as an empath and as a psychic and someone who is very sensitive to the energy and the vibration around me, when you experience someone that's very intense and very excited to meet you and just like they come to you with such a power, and they are drawn to you and both pushing you at the same time. So you will get this energy flow that is almost like kind of pressing you up against the wall, even though you're not literally pressed up against the wall. And that can be alarming and scary for an exchange with another human, especially someone who's very excited to see you, and you don't want to be off-putting. You don't want to be like, back off. But that is your human reaction to it. It's like, calm down, and that can be taken the wrong way sometimes, especially by a fan who maybe is um, a little unstable from the amount of excitement that they have from meeting you. So that is something that he is experiencing. It's really an intensity of the fandom that's becoming very, very apparent. Oh, and you know what? We're also gonna use this deck. So we'll bust this out too. So that's something that's really, really happening. He had waited a long time for this, and thought that he was ready. He thought that he was ready to have these crazy fans coming up and getting in his face, but he wasn't. And I think that celebrity, you don't know how you're going to feel about that until it actually happens. And I think like anything else, it takes a practiced hand to get used to it, and a practiced hand to know how to deal with it. Even the coolest celebrity, I think, is a little jumpy on the inside when someone runs up and puts a book in their face and says, please sign this, sign this, sign this. So we have that. And he's a little bit concerned about, if there's this intensity that's in front of me, what's happening behind the scenes, like who are the crazy people behind the scenes. I don't get the sense that there's like stalker stuff going on or anything like that. Let's just take a quick look and be sure as we can with tarot. And this little guy jumped out. I'll put that there. So he has to be careful of, I don't think that there's any kind of weird stalkery things going on, but he's at that point in his career where he has to be careful of the hangers on. All right. So there are going to be people that, and they're star effers, they find that modicum, and I'm not impugning the level of his success, of course. They find a modicum of success and they latch onto it and they say, we're going to stay there. We're talking like the Paul Schneiders with the Dorothy Strattons, those kinds of people that, latch onto that and then may go in a very, very different direction. So, I feel like there are some people around him that are just as excited about his success as he is, and a little more so under the radar. So he needs to be mindful of that. There are going to be people that are going to say, well, I could just stay in your guest room for a little while. And, that would be great. It'd be like a sleepover every night. But the reality is they're embedding themselves like a tick. So he has to be a little bit careful about that. Nothing stalkery, nothing scary like that. But these kinds of individuals are going to cause more aggravation than they're going to bring respite to his daily life. So we're going to switch over to the Santa Muerte Tarot. So I feel like this is appropriate. And I just want to say, I love when he says Guillermo de la Cruz. I think that is, gives me chills. So let's see that. So that's just, that was kind of just getting a baseline. You guys know I like to get my baselines. So let's see professionally what's going on here. King of Wands popped out, but we're not going to take that one. King of Wands is a good card. That is moving on. And I'm getting intuitively, a sense of we're going to be going into some kind of direction. He likes the idea of direction. Likes the idea of calling the shots a little bit more. So that's going to be, I think, his level. And I said the same thing about Sadie Sank. I don't know if her video was one that the sound didn't come through, but I felt she was going to head into directorial endeavors. Feels like he's going to try his hand at that as well. Let's see where professionally we're headed. Knight of Wands to go with our King of Wands. Six of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Four of Swords. Not resting. Seven of Cups. So that's Seven of Cups, and this is in the he section. So I know the Seven of Cups is our gaslighting card, but it can also be, coming out of the closet. This can also be revelation when it is upside down. So, I read it often as coming out revelations when we have it upside down. Now, I know personally in his personal life, I don't believe that he was closeted or cloistered or however we're referring. Oh, and you know what? I didn't look up his well, that's not true. I did look up his pronouns. I couldn't find any, so I'm using the traditional pronouns. So I hope that is not an issue, but I didn't find that he uses any different pronouns. So Page of Pentacles, right in our immediate past, not commanding the kinds of money that he wanted, but that's in the past. We have the Knight of Wands in the current. We have the Six of Pentacles. So he's getting into more of a position where he can start to pick and choose. So it looks like, we've got some money flowing in, and now he can pick and choose and decide what kind of projects he wants to work on. So he's got some flexibility as far as finances go, as far as choosing what kind of projects he's going to work on. Again, intuitively, I am getting very strong that there is some kind of directorial, he wants to throw his hat in the ring. Like I don't want to say independent film, because like that definitely shows like my age. Like, I was coming of age in the days of the independent film, when the industry, like everyone was making an independent film. But it does feel like he is going to move into some more independent films where, you have some more flexibility in terms of subject matter and casting and those sorts of things. So that should be very, very interesting. He's not super, super happy with just being an actor on this particular series. Now, I'm not saying that there's strife or anything, wrong with the cast and the set and, and the situation. But this is, he, this is, I see him really sinking his teeth. It's like he's got a steak. I don't know if he's a vegetarian. I see he's got a steak and he's just digging his teeth into it. He is just biting down and like really kicking the crap out of this role. Like there's no other way to put it. It's a fun role. He's enjoying it, but he's got his eye on the future, and the foot is on the gas. He really wants to move forward and find more to do. He wants to make sure that he's not typecast in this, and that's why I think we're going to go over to more independent films and maybe a more be in a director position, that sort of thing. So we do have a reverse Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles, everyone knows this is one of my favorite cards. It's the mendicants in the standard deck. They are barefoot and in the snow outside of the church, locked out in rags. This deck, it's a little bit different. So, we have a whole bunch of skulls with some green skulls in there. And those are our pentacles. And it is in reverse. So when we get that Five of Pentacles in reverse, that is moving on through that lesson. So he is through the lesson where he has to take the roles that are good for exposure but not great in payment. He's through that. So now he's like, okay, I need to figure out what my worth is, what my value is for the next projects. And that's something that I believe he's discussing with the agents. His stock is going up with every season on this series. He's a multifaceted character that is doing a fantastic job. He's funny. He's sweet. We couldn't love him more. Put him and Joseph Quinn, in a movie together. So yeah, he's making those judgments about where he's going to go, and the kinds of salary demands that are going to go hand in hand with that. So that's really great for him. In the future, he's going to be super busy. So the Four of Wands, I'm sorry, Four of Swords is our rest and recovery. This is rest time's over. We got to get going. We got to get to work. We got to make things happen. We've already thought about what we were going to do. We've already made our decisions, and now we got to go, 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 and get things done. Again, we have that Seven of Cups in reverse for the position where he is, and we have the King of Pentacles. So the powers that be, the people that handle him, his management, his agent, all of the people that are involved with him, they're like, yes, he is our face right now. So he is going to, for a little bit, we're going to enjoy him as the poster boy for what we do in the shadows, for the poster boy for LGBTQ plus community. We're going to see him. He's going to get some opportunities from this. He really is. Like they're definitely going to give him some exposure. My advice is to be careful, and this is not intuitive. This is just from being on the scene at one point in my days. Be careful of overexposure. Let's see what we get here. Just pull some cards on that. Four of Pentacles, keep it balanced. You got to keep some stuff to yourself. Nine of Swords in reverse. Don't overdo it. Again, there's going to be this level of anxiety from new fans, or a steadier stream of fans that are going to be right up in his face, and he's going to, it's going to be like a shock to him. So carefully plan everything. Don't move forward foolishly. So we've got I am drawing a blank on what she is on. So just give me a second. Give me a second. Fortitude, strength card. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. So this is, oh, no, that's 13. This is death. Change. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. So totally drew a blank on this. I was like, she's pregnant. Is it the Empress. I don't work with this deck a lot, but I do like it. It's a new deck for me. So there's our death card. Fear of change, fear of moving forward, fear of moving on to the next level. I guess he's a little bit worried about the series ending, which I don't think it's ending anytime soon. I don't know what the contract is for. There is tremendous fandom with it. And then ultimate outcome, Knight of Pentacles, we're going to start to see that money shower down on him. So that is great. So we're on a really, really great track. The only thing that is going to be troubling for him is that, you know, fan in your face, FIYF, fan in your face. So let's see what our advice for him is. All right, and this is, I do this for all my private readings. Again, there's description down below if you'd like to get a private reading. There is a link in there. Your own magical reading. But I'll do this storytelling for my private clients as needed. So, Two of Pentacles, mind your spending. And Temperance, both in reverse. Mind your spending, okay? And this is more of an economy thing and not an income thing. So this is just keep an eye on, you know, what your income is and how you're going to spend that. You want to make sure that you are very even-handed with it, and that's really because of the economy. Seven of Swords, that's our Shady McShadester, and the Four of Wands. Be careful at home. Now, I said earlier that I think that there's some people that are leeching onto him. So, Harvey, you might want to start pruning the friend list, because it looks like there is somebody who is leeching onto you at home, somebody who wants to move into that guest room. 10 of Swords, that is just kind of being cooked. Probably you have a sense, and I'm speaking directly to him, probably he has a sense of, you know, who this person is, kind of driving him nuts already. You know, it feels like a full-blown drama llama in the house. So, you know, we do want to keep an eye on that. You can absolutely get yourself out of this. Make sure that you bring in the greater community. Whenever we see the Hierophant is, and this is a great Hierophant card. I'll just share it with you a little bit closer. This one might be, no, I guess this one. Sorry, my crazy blocking. Come on, there we go. Oh, there he is. He's a cool dude. That is a cool dude. So the Hierophant, whenever we call on the Hierophant in the deck, the Hierophant is about our responsibilities and our rules to the greater community, to our family and our extended family and our people in our home, and how things affect the community, whatever that may be. So you know, he has to be, you know, lean into the community to deal with this leech. I'm sorry, I have to say it. You know, there's, and this happens to a lot of celebrity. They you know, have people that just kind of ingratiate themselves into their lives. So just be a little bit careful about that, and bring in your other friends, because your other friends will be supportive and they will help you extricate this individual. So we have Page of Cups and Nine of Wands. So, okay, in this situation, and you know, I know advice, this, you know, is going back, it's layering back to the situation with this particular leech. They're going to try and rile up emotions, and you know, the best thing that you can do is, you know, try and hone them in. You're going to have some trouble. Tiger's going to get out of the cage. This individual has really overextended their stay, overextended their sojourn in your life, and they've really served their purpose. And that's part of the issue, is that they're going to say, well, I was with you through such and such and thick and thin, and how can you do this to me? And now that you're about to make it big, you're just going to throw me out on the street. And honestly, it has nothing to do with that. The success bucket is completely separate from the love and relationship bucket. And I did say love. This may be a more intimate relationship, very close relationship, yeah, like a best friend, possibly more. We are, there's going to be this effort to not move forward. But the best thing to do is to absolutely move forward, especially if a decision has been made in your own mind to move forward from this relationship, or sever the relationship. You'll be much, much happier at the end of it all. Also, you'll sleep better at night. And so we're going to go right to center of the deck too. We're going to shuffle again, center of the deck. So more housekeeping than I thought was going to need to be done. So housekeeping. Unfortunately, we all have to do that. Sometimes we have to do friendship housekeeping. Sometimes we have to do family housekeeping. You have to just get in there and clean up the muck. And, I read somewhere that friendships serve for about 7 years. And they rotate. Well, like one of my best friends is someone that I've known since kindergarten. However, and Kathy, if you're watching, mwah, we didn't hang out for a long time. So, we're almost having like a new relationship, a new friendship at this point as adults, and we're having a blast. So, the heart of the matter is our Five of Cups. So Five of Cups is about, having those disappointments and honoring them, and being sad about relationships that are ending, and moving forward and remembering the good things, which is what we have at the bottom, at the under the surface, is remembering the good times. We can't always live in a poor relationship remembering how great it was. So it's like living in a house. And I use all these house analogies when I'm teaching tarot, especially with the pips. I use a really good house analogy to help you understand them. It's like living in a house and not doing any maintenance on it. Eventually the roof is going to have a hole in it, and there's going to be water coming in, and it's not going to be a sound structure. Friendships can devolve in that fashion too. And one needs to either repair the roof and do some work, or they need to abandon the structure and move on to another. It sounds kind of cold and calculating, but the truth is that we do have relationships that will work that way. They run their course karmically, they run their course terrestrially, and it's just kind of time to move on. So the cards that he needs to remember are those Five of Cups and the Six of Cups. So I do think that is all I have to say about that. So it's a little bit longer of a reading than I expected, but I absolutely adore Harvey and Guillermo. I think they are absolutely adorable, and I am so glad that I could do this reading for him, and I hope he sees it, and I hope he enjoys it. So the rest of you all, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want your own magical reading with me, book an appointment at the link below. We're in Halloween season, and I am going into full bore. Parties are booking. I'm going to run out of time on the weekends and weeknights, and you all know I have a regular day job as well. So I hope to see you all soon in the next one. Have a great day.